I'm Mari Kemper. I'm one of the owners of Chuckanut Brewery and Kitchen. I am the general manager. My husband is the brewmaster, Will Kemper. We've been in the brewing industry, the craft brewing industry, since 1984. And we started this brewery in 2008. Most of the time we have 6 beers on tap. We make them over here in our brewery. And they are European-style ales and lagers. They're very clean, they're crisp, they're made to be drunk, not to get you drunk. They're very well-made beers, so you taste the flavor in them. We use the Reinheitsgebot, which is the German purity laws for beer, which means that we use only the malted grain, the yeast, the hops, and the water. And that's all that's in our beers. We recycle the CO2 that comes off the beer to put it back into the beer, so we don't even carbonate our beers like some breweries do. They are all naturally carbonated. We're really a green brewer. Like I told you at the beginning, instead of tearing this building down and adding to the dump sites, we decided to retrofit this building. So that was the first thing we did. We use low voltage lights. We have low flow on all our faucets. We use a dishwasher that uses less than a gallon of water per wash. In the brewery, we're probably one of the most high-tech small breweries in America. We use a computerized system that my husband started using in Istanbul, Turkey, and felt like there was no going back. We have special valves so that the flow is restricted as it moves the beer from one tank to the next. That saves on water, it saves on energy. We also recycle our water. We start with a cold liquor tank. It then goes to the hot liquor tank where that same water is used for the start of the next brew. So we conserve water, we conserve energy, we conserve people power because we've got the computer making some of the things that in other breweries people would have to be running here, there, and everywhere to try to manage. But with our computer system, we also manage the electricity for the refrigeration because we do refrigerate our beers, and so we use temperature controls that are managed by the computer system, which saves energy as well. We try to recycle as much as we possibly can in the kitchen, and we recycle paper, bottles, cans, we do all that. We use only one regular sized dumpster a week for all our garbage here at the brewery, which is, getting towards zero waste. We'd like to do better, but it's really hard. It's really a hard thing to do. I mean, I'm very proud that the staff is able to handle all that and really work with it to try to make towards zero waste a way of living.
I'm Al Ostrander, around here known as Farmer Al, and I pick up and feed the spent barley from the brewery. I take it back home and feed the cows, the pigs, and the chickens, and bring back the rewards from that. We feed somewhere in the neighborhood of 900 pounds of barley a week. The chickens love it, the cows go crazy for it, and we raise wonderful pork that is also featured here at the brewery. All of the pork products that come through the restaurant are raised by us and through a USDA processing plant. And it's just been a complete, we do a nice circle this way, nothing gets wasted. The feed grains used to go into the dump, now they don't, they go into the animals, who then create a compost pile, and that gets passed out and put out for gardens. Before you leave, you have to go try one of the pickled eggs. What I bring to the restaurant here is all of the odd-sized, the blemished eggs. They don't have the prettiest shell. And then the cook boils them up, processes them, puts them in a pickling bath. You gotta taste them. You just gotta taste them. Before you leave, go get a pickled egg. It's amazing.
It's funny, we have a problem here in Washington State. We don't support our Washington breweries. People here in Washington State are ordering California, Oregon, and Colorado beers before they order a Washington State beers. So we want to change that. We want our Washington customers to think of us first when they go to order a beer, and it has not yet happened. The brewers here in Washington State, we're trying to build our community more. So I think it's more important to order a Washington State beer because you're going to get a fresher beer, first of all. It hasn't traveled as far. It hasn't been jiggled. So if you get a local beer, you're getting a fresher product. And that's one of the reasons why you want to support your local brewery. Also, just because you want to support them because they're supporting you. We support our community by donating to almost every one of the nonprofits here in Bellingham. And so your local brewery does that a lot. I don't think people realize how much their local brewery is supporting their community. It is something that we as brewers really believe in and try to do as part of our modus operandi. It's just something we believe in, all of us, I think. I don't think there's a brewer you wouldn't find in Washington State that doesn't feel that community is very important. As far as Bellingham, the city goes, the breweries are just down the street from each other. And so it's a great kind of atmosphere to have more than one brewery in a town. We all make different beers too. There's no competition here because Boundary Bay does a certain kind of beer, we do a certain kind of beer, and Colshan is doing a very different beer. So I think it's nice to have options and to be able to pick the kind of beer you want to drink at a certain time and then go to the other place when you're feeling like you want to drink that kind of beer. It's a lot more fun to drink locally.